Hi, welcome. Today we are going to show you how to use P star model, that is Panel Smooth Transition Regression model, in R. The codes that I'm going to show you are already available in the help manual of this library. So you first of all need to understand how to download this library, then the codes you can get it from the help manual. In this video, I will try to add my own data and then we will try to run the results and interpret it. Okay, so first of all, you need few libraries like library np, plm, tidyverse, and p star. So in order to load this library, you need to install using this devtools, this library devtools github install, and then this address. So if you run this code, you will be able to install this library and then load it here. So we will load all the functions and then I will load my data set. The dataset I am using is simple GDP, CO2, and population density, and it is a balanced data for 170 countries from 2008 to 18, so that there are no missing values and there is no cross section that has any missing values. So that data is clean, so that there is no unbalanced panel data issues or missing values issues in the analysis. Then you can also count the number of countries using this command. So there are 194 countries for 11 years. Then I will take log of the variable and then declare the data as a table if it is not a table, and remove any missing values if there are any, and then string. So all my variables are numeric other than the country variable, which is a character. Then I can do a correlation plot to check for correlation between the variables. Okay, so then we'll select the variable in the specific order. So df, country, year, c, CO2, ly, log of GDP, and population density. Then I will start my panel smooth transition regression. So the command is new p star data file dependent variable. Independent variable, I only have two: fourth variable and the fifth variable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Independent variables are ly and p. Transition variable is ly, and number of years per cross section is 11. So when you write it 11, software will know that after every 11 observation the time panel is changing, cross section is changing, so it will know that it is a panel data. When you run this, it will set the data file and it can give you summary that which is a dependent variable and which is independent variable. So it has identified that there are 184 cross sections. Then you can just summarize that these are the outcomes that this is the matrices that it has created in the background. So if you open the documentation, you will know the meaning of each. Okay, so you can just go here and write a new p star and it will tell you what is the meaning of each. So let's say IT means cross sections, number of years, sample size, and IM means the non-linear, how many switches that you want to add. Then if you, these are all the things that are already here, so you can see the meanings and understand. Then you can plot the dependent variable with the transition variable as a scatter plot. Okay, so this is just scatter plot between the outcome variable and the dependent and the transition variable. Then you can start with the check for non-linearity. So this is B star lin test, and when you run it, it will give you 4 types of tests. I have given this description here that LMX is LM chi-square test, LMF is LMF distribution test, HACX is chi-square robust test, and HACF is F test robust. So if it is null hypothesis that the model is linear, so p value less than 0.05 here, less than 0.05 here, and so non-robust tests are saying that it is non-linear, and the robust tests are saying that it is linear. Then we can go for bootstrap test. For that, you need to add this library snowfall. Then this Penesta VWCB lin test. So you need to make sure that IB is small because it will take too much time to do the simulations. If number is big, it might disturb your computer because it will take a lot of time. So when you run this, it will give you two more um, uh, bootstrap test. These are WB, p value, WCB, p value. So it is giving us test value that so in the previous there were, I forgot that there are two types of test. First is that um, if there is transition, means if the transition variable has a switching. So and the second, if it has more switches. So these are two tests. Then if you go for the simulation based bootstrap test, it is adding two more tests in the same file. So you can, so from here you can see that the bootstrap based test is saying that there is a transition effect and you need to check for that variable. Okay, so we'll go towards now. If you run this command, it will run simple panel data model, and if you can compare the coefficient with simple LM fixed effect model. If I run this, the coefficients are same, so 1.3806 and this is 1.3806 and p value is minus 0.00219 and it is minus 0.00219. So it will, if you run this command, it will run the fixed effect model without any uh, regimes or switches or transitions. Then before you estimate the nonlinear model, you need to know the upper and lower limit of y variable. That's why I've written summary L and y. So you have, it is from 5 to 12. So here I am showing several commands that can estimate the non-linear P star model. All are same from the start. So P star non-linear is equal to estimation P star. Use the P star model formula that is shown somewhere, that we made somewhere here. P star underscore model that we made here. This is the setting of the data. Okay. Then there is one IM, so one transition from one variable, and delta means it will find the transitions and then upper and lower limit. So what I've done is I've picked the upper and lower limit from the summary of y variable. So if this model does not work, then there are many other commands that I've added here, like method CG, method BFGS. So these are already shown in the documentation of this library. So for this video, I'm going to use the second one. So the purpose of this is if your data is not the distribution is not plain, simple model might not work. You need to add different methods. So when I run this, it will estimate the model, the background, and then it will show the arrow sign, means it has done it. So now we'll start displaying the outcomes. So when I open this, you can see that it will show that the before the regime the coefficients are 0.28 and minus 0.003. So and SE is bigger, so it is insignificant, and after regime is and the values are different and still they are insignificant. So future model you can learn how to do it. So this is a second regime, this is nonlinear part and this is second regime, so they are insignificant currently in this example. Now you can evaluate it. So when you run this model and this, so it will check for if the parameters are constant in time, so the transition is not changing in time. So it is in p value is significant here, so the coefficients are not significant, but there is no remaining non-linearity, so it is insignificant for the robust case. So only one transition is there and it is changing in time, but there is no second transition. Then you can go for the uh, bootstrap based test. So I will do the bootstrap test. It will take some time and check for that transition effect, if it exists or not. So this is time varying evaluation, WCB, wild cluster bootstrap. It will take some time depending upon the size of the data and complexity of the model. So it is showing the results. So you can see it here is that it is saying the parameters are not constant because the p-values are very small, and the WCB test is also saying that they are small, but the remaining non-linearity, the robust tests are saying that there is no remaining, and you can check the remaining non-linearity using this WCB HE test that will check for if there is remaining non-linearity there or not. So it will also take some time to estimate. So you can see the outcomes here is that the p-values are 1. It's saying that there is no remaining higher order transition. So the model that is made for one transition is sufficient. There is no need for second transition. So this is the outcome here. Now we can plot these. So you can plot the transition using the eval function, that VCB function, and you can see that the transition coefficient is changing for Ly. From there is a change in coefficient because there is a transition, and you can plot it same using the second. Both will give similar plots, and I have added the limits from the y variable, the x variable, independent variable. Then you can plot it again using ggplot function. Okay, and so you can plot it using this function and then add ggplot effects, so it will give you this graph. So it is saying that the transition is, there is a transition in effects of GDP on CO2 when it is changing from minimum to maximum. So that's why it is called smooth transition. There is no corner or sharp bend in the distribution. Otherwise, in the previous videos where I've estimated the models where there was a shift in the model or regime change in the model, there was a permanent change that was visible in the coefficients, and they were abrupt change rather than smooth change. So you can plot the coefficients here now. So this is the command that calculates the coefficients within the distribution, and then you can plot the y variable. So it is showing that the beta coefficient of Ly was increasing from 0.4 to 0.8. Its standard error is falling, but the p-value is not lower than 0.05. So in all example, the variable is insignificant. Similarly, for the second variable, it is increasing to its coefficient is increasing in positiveness, like it is from negative bigger value to negative smaller value, then but it is still not significant. So you can add better variables, more control variables to improve these estimates. Then it can check for response. So this is the response effect set. So increase in y, there is an increase in response. So there is slight bend because the transition was not significant enough. Then you can check for the response for the control variable. So if you have only 3 variables, it will make a 3D plot. If you have 4, then it will ignore the third one and make a 3D for one. So this way you can check for the effect of y on and its response, and check for the third variable and how it is changing. So this is the way you can explore the effect of other variables. So this was the Panel Smooth Transition Regression model, and that you can do in R. I hope you understand how it is being estimated. You can adopt the codes from the library. So if you, when you download the function PSTR and then you open it, you will find the codes here that you can pick it up and then uh, then replicate it for your tests. So thank you very much for watching. Do try this command for your dataset and let me know how this works.